Okay, so this is the story where I got viral off of TikTok. Let's get into it. Okay, it was 2016. I was still in high school, just about to graduate. I graduated late. Graduated in December. I'm gonna go into some details, y'all. The dude I was with, I had been with him since I had been like 13, off and on. We snuck off and got married when I was 18. So I was married in high school, but I graduated late, so it was December. And we were kind of trying for a baby. If it happened, it happened. If it didn't, it didn't. But the thing is, I have always had irregular periods. And my periods, they would not come for months and months and months. It was a time where my period was gone for like 6, 7, 8 months. And I wasn't pregnant. So I ended up going to the doctor and explaining to them what had happened. I was like, ever since I've been of age, my periods, they come and go. They here sometimes, then they not here, but they irregular. So I never know when they come and blah, 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 blah. Okay? So she put me on birth control. Okay. So I'm on birth control. I think she just gave me a round of birth control. I think it was just a round birth control pills. And she was like, this birth control will help regulate your cycle. After your cycle regulated, your cycle will be regulated indefinitely. And I'm nothing but 18, y'all. So I'm like, okay. So I took the birth control. Fast forward, my period never came back. And so months started going by. It wasn't unusual for me to not have periods. So I was like, okay, the birth control didn't work. So I was like, okay, back to this bullshit again. My periods, I was thinking I'm never going to be able to have kids because I can't get my periods under control. So, okay, so I'm just living life. I'm going to work. And, okay, so I always don't have, like, weight problems. Like, I'm, like, 5 feet tall. But I'm kind of, I guess you could say wide. So my weight has always kind of been a problem. So I was gaining weight, but it wasn't, like, pregnancy weight. Because during this time, I was working out, eating right. So I was picking up weight, but it wasn't like that. Y'all, I kid you not. Me and my mom was working out every single day. And she was like, damn, Victoria, you just gonna have to get you some surgery. And I was like, well, yeah, I can't get my body how I want. And I had been doing right, y'all. I promise you I was doing right. So, okay. Let's get to the part where stuff started to go downhill. So it was one night I was laying in bed and I was like, something ain't right. I woke up my husband at the time. I woke him up. I was like, baby, I'm hurt. And I was just laying in bed whining. Then I ended up going to go sit on the toilet. I was like, maybe if I sit up a little bit, I was like, it might help. Mind you, I had to go to work. It's 4 in the morning. I'm sitting up complaining, in pain. I'm thinking to myself, I ain't gonna be able to go to work. I'm thinking to myself, I'm finna die. I'm talking about, I really thought it might have been a cyst or something. And remind you, nobody ever said I had cysts or nothing. This some shit I made up because I couldn't figure out why my periods was irregular anyways. So I'm sitting on the toilet And I'm just like, oh my God, I'm finna fucking die. I sit on the toilet for a little longer. I end up falling asleep on the toilet. That's how bad the pain was. And I was like, I'm gonna call out of work and I'm gonna go to the doctor. So I go to the doctor and I tell them what's wrong with me. And she was like, have you took a pregnancy test? And I was like, no. And so she was like, okay, well, can we get you to take a pregnancy test? So I go take a pregnancy test, and she come back. She was like, oh, wow, it popped up immediately. She was like, you might need to go to the hospital. And y'all, I don't know why the fuck did I not go to the hospital at first. I went to my doctor's office. Bless my soul, because I wasn't nothing but a baby, y'all. Bless my soul. So I get to the hospital. Once they did the ultrasound on me, y'all, I kid you not, these motherfuckers said I was 34 weeks pregnant. And I'm like, 34 weeks pregnant? I'm like, oh, hell no. I was like, this shit got to be wrong. I was like, how did I go this whole time and not know I was pregnant? So we sitting up, me and my husband, we sitting up looking at each other. We trying to figure out, like, what? Is this for real? I called my mama. I'm like, Mom, I'm pregnant. And she was like, well, how far along you are? And I said, Mom, these folks don't say I'm 34 weeks pregnant, so I'm finna have a baby. So we running around like some chickens with our heads cut off. Cause I'm finna have a baby. And the pain I was in, I was having contractions. So I'm finna get ready to have the baby. I swear to God, y'all, it was Friday and I had her Saturday. So basically, with me only being 34 weeks, they gave me a shot to stop my contractions to try to keep the baby in a little longer. Okay, so I go home and I'm still in pain, y'all. And this shit's so crazy to think about because, mind you, I had been feeling normal this whole time. No sickness, no nothing. I'm talking about nothing. I can't make this shit up. So, okay, we go back home. And we just sit up talking. We were like, I got a baby in me. I'm like, a baby? What the fuck am I going to do with a baby? So, I'm just sitting there walking around because I'm still in pain. I'm walking around. I can't sit down. I'm going outside. I can't breathe. And so, I was talking to his mom. And I was like, Jan, I can't breathe. And she was telling me just try to breathe in, breathe out. I was like, that ain't helping. So I went back to the hospital, okay? And they was like, okay, well, let's go ahead and have a baby. And I'm like, had a baby? Oh, y'all, I had so much shit going on around this time. We're going to get into that, though. So, okay. We back at the hospital. Remind you, I found out Friday I was pregnant. And when I went back to the hospital, it was Saturday. And they told me I was 34 weeks pregnant. Okay? So I'm finna get ready to have a baby. I actually had a pretty good labor. I got an epidural. That pain was kicking my ass. I think I got an epidural maybe about 7-8 centimeters. Y'all, they been a little minute ago. So okay, I pushed the baby out. It's a girl. And we was like, it's a girl. So it was a girl. And when they end up running the test on her, whatever they do to find out how old a baby is, they was like, well, you really was 36 weeks. So, she's kind of premature, but, she's kind of full term. So I was looking at this baby. I'm like, it must be a goddamn alien or something, because it ain't no way in the hell I didn't know I was pregnant. So the baby ended up being perfectly fine, y'all. She's 6 now. When I say I went to 6 Flags, I had drunk a sip of liquor. I ain't no drinker or smoker. I was living my regular life. not knowing I was pregnant. And this went on the whole pregnancy. And sometimes I be feeling embarrassed to even talk about it, because I'm like, Victoria, how could you not know you was pregnant? Because every time I tell somebody, they be like, oh, I knew I was pregnant. You didn't have no symptoms, blah, 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 blah. And I be like, no. But my hormones all fucked up, so that's probably why I wouldn't know I was pregnant. But when I say it was a very rough time, that was one of the shocks of my life. And when I say that was some scary shit, that was some real scary shit, y'all. Well, thank you for listening to my story. Oh, what? Oh, whoa. Wait. Okay, so mind you, hold on. I know I did it all wrong. Hold on. So mind you, I found out Friday and had her Saturday. So I didn't have nothing for the baby. Okay? So I'm calling everybody. Well, I ain't calling nobody. I'm secretive, y'all. If you know me, you know. I'm secretive. So I called my mom, and so she calling everybody. My family, they stay in Atlanta. So she called everybody up in Atlanta like, Victoria J had a baby, blah, 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 blah. So we ended up having a baby shower that next week after I had her. Y'all, when I say my family showed out, they showed out. Now, you know they was thinking that I was lying, that I just hid my pregnancy. But why would I do that? I was already married. Why would I do that? So my family, they showed out. Shout out to them. They showed out real bad. When I say my baby had stuff until she was probably about 2 worth of diapers, wipes, clothes. I guess my whole family was shocked to see I had a surprise baby. Y'all, I real life can't believe I found out Friday and had her Saturday. And I just be sitting up thinking, how did I miss my whole pregnancy? Which it was a good pregnancy. But how did I miss my whole pregnancy? And sometimes I feel like I missed out on my first pregnancy. Okay, I'm back. So sometimes I be feeling like I missed out on my first pregnancy. And y'all, when I say people ain't really empathetic, sympathetic for you, that's why I really don't fuck with nobody. Because I can understand sometimes when people go through shit. Even if I haven't been through it, I still try to have empathy for other people and try to understand. But I kid you, some of the folks I know, they be like, I don't know. I ain't gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that later. But I just always feel like I can understand, which maybe is because I'm a Cancer, I'm a water sign, I feel a lot. So I'm kind of in tune with my emotions. But I kind of feel bad that I didn't know I was pregnant. I didn't have time to prepare. Yeah, but she's perfect now, y'all. She's perfectly fine. You're going to be seeing her a little more on my channel. All right.